back.
Got it. How to navigate
Slide
the
number
presentation.
9. Slide number 9.
Got it.
So I'll do it till 8 and then I'll pull it back. And then again, once I'm done till slide number, I'll pull it again.
Done.
The last slide I'll do is 13 and then I'll pull my screen from 14 again. Okay, experience sharing.
Done.
All right. We're good. We're ready.
Hi, Pushpa.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Vandana.
Hey, hi, Harini.
Hi,
Pratima.
Vandana.
Hi, Sonam.
Hi, Vanna.
Hey, hi, Pratima. Hi. Good to see you all.
Yeah.
Same here.
Same.
Hamari now. Okay, Pushpalata is also there. So,
Hi,
Vanna,
Pushpalata.
reminder in the group. Okay, so Mr. Joshi is not available at 4:30 onwards. So I'll just ask him that if in between if he is like to share. Otherwise, we can hide his.
So I'll give a brief introduction to people who've joined about Wiki and Karnataka Defence Forces Council, if that's okay, Pratima, Harini, and Sonam.
Yeah. So
And then,
Vandana,
yeah.
So what we will do is first once everyone will join. So I think Harini will lead that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we invite you.
you.
You can share about Wiki. And,
Sorry?
no, once we begin, I'll invite you first.
Okay, sure.
So you kind of introduce Wiki, Karnataka Defense
Yeah, sure.
Forces, and
Yeah,
then you can talk a little bit and give it back to me. Then I will introduce
Yeah.
Pratima and Sonam, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, sure.
Sonam Joshil will not be able to join, so we can hide his slide, but we can show his slide, and maybe people can reach to him later. We can give a link into the LinkedIn.
Just updating. Yeah.
You
Okay,
don't
Pratima.
have to hide his slide, just leave it, and we can just explain.
Take it.
Okay. We'll start in 3 minutes, Harini.
Yes,
Harini, you're
yes, I'm here.
Okay, I have an update from Suchitra. She's okay for 4:45, Pratima, Harini.
okay.
Okay, good. Looks like the recording is already on, right?
Yeah. We can cut it off, no problem.
Okay.
So, Harini, whose screen is this?
This is my screen.
Okay.
I think y'all can start anyway. We're recording, and in case,
And now I think there are 8 people, so I think total.
yeah, people can keep joining. And
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, shall we go ahead?
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So nice to see so many familiar faces today. It's an honor to welcome all of you to today's session, Boots to Boardrooms, Defense to Corporate Human Resource Careers. My name is Harini Krisshnan, my pronouns are she and her. I'm the council member at Wiki Karnataka Defense Forces Council, and I globally lead DI and culture at 24/7.ai. With over 15 years of experience in leadership hiring and HR transformation, I've had the privilege of guiding people's journeys across industries. Today is not just about transitions and not just from uniform to boardroom, but from mission to meaning, from commanding units to shaping culture. So before we deep dive, I want to invite Ms. Vandana Dogra to formally set the stage. She's the Karnataka State President for Wiki Defense Forces Council. She's a senior technology leader, spearheading both innovation and inclusion. Vandana is the force behind a powerful initiative, Standing with Forces, which has empowered dozens of defense spouses and women veterans to enter the tech workforce. She's a UN Women Empowerment Principles champion, a returnship program architect, and was recently crowned Mrs. India Woman of Substance as runner-up. Vandana, may I now invite you to share the vision and mission of our council.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Harini, and thank you so much for those kind words and a wonderful introduction that you gave. And thank you, Pratima, Sonam, Harini, for hosting this important topic today. So first of all, I'd like to welcome all the participants. Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this special webinar that we are hosting. And Karnataka Defense Forces Council of Wiki is one of the councils of a premier national business chamber, which is working towards strengthening women who are associated with defense and even women beyond the defense. So there are around 250 plus councils of Wiki, which are operational across sectors and states, working in India and even internationally, which are focusing on actionable policy recommendations and ground level impact on topics which are relevant to women. And Defense Forces Council is one such council where we are supporting and empowering women who are associated with the Defense Committee. Now, whether they are veterans or spouses of Defense Forces, or professionals who have had a stint with the defense, and aspiring contributors who are wanting to get into a different industry. So we are here to recognize that women connected to defense forces, they have a unique strength, experience, and capabilities, and of course the challenges. And we want to basically create a space and support to help them thrive in different industries in Karnataka. And today we are hosting a webinar for women who are looking at transitioning into HR from the defense. And we have a very powerful panel today with Pratima, Harini, and Sonam, who are going to be leading it. And I would not waste much of their time, and over to them to take over. Thank you so much, and over to you for the webinar.
Thank you so much, Vandana. It's now my pleasure to introduce Pratima Gupta, the State Vice President of Wiki Karnataka Defence Forces Council and HR Head at Secure India. As a daughter of an Air Force veteran, Pratima brings a legacy of service combined with 24 years of HR innovation, leadership, coaching, and technology-enabled talent transformation. She's worked with top global HR leaders, implemented AI-led people strategies, and has been honored as one of Asia's 50 most influential HR tech leaders. She's a role model for those who want to reimagine HR as a mission-driven career. Wow, that's a powerful introduction. Welcome, Pratima.
Thanks, Harini, and thanks, Vandana, for giving a great intro about the Wiki and what Wiki, the initiatives which Wiki is taking. And I'm really glad that many of, some of our already veterans have joined, and also the good friends whom I know from last year as part of this association. So thanks for, first of all, spending and investing your time. And I'm sure that all three of us, Harini, Sonam, and me, will be able to add value to this conversations and discussions. So just to give a initial thought that when last year, so how this story started is last year I have attended one of the veterans IMB event, and I realized there that after the short service commission and after they finish their period in any of the military defense services, they look they need a huge guidance from the corporate team to choose the career, what kind of career really resonates with their strengths and their DNAs. And that is a time when I think they look for some mentor, they look for a coach. Yes, or there are many organizations who provide initial internships and mentorship, but the knowledge is not there in a very integrated manner. So I think that is the reason we are having this session, that there are over 3,000 plus, 30,000 plus women serve in Indian Defense Services in different disciplines, and they're highly resilient. Not only the women, there are many, males, and the different kind of, in the portfolios they were there when they were in defense. So how they can transition to civilian roles, and especially when it comes to the profession, how they can come to the HR corporate career, what is required, what are the gaps which they have, what are the strengths which they have, and how they can fulfill and become really a deployable workforce into the corporates from the defense. So the corporate world may speak a different languages, but the value of leadership, integrity, and the mission readiness are the same. So here we will cover what is HR and why HR we are talking about. There are many roles we can take. So generally, first is what is HR? So HR, a human resource function, has multiple disciplines. Like in defense, we have multiple disciplines. So in human resource, also there are a lot of disciplines are there, like talent acquisition and onboarding. So that is nothing but a hiring. Second is a learning and development. When someone is hired, now you need to integrate, you need to train the person, right? So there is an L&D department. And then once the person is getting trained, now there is an expectation will be there from the organization to perform. And how to measure the performance? There is a domain, there's a function called performance management. And with the performance management and with the learning, the most important thing required is an engagement, is a belongingness. And that is where the another function which comes is employee engagement and the experience. And a very important function which has been developed, that how to reduce the bias, how to eliminate this bias irrespective of the gender, irrespective of the inclusivity. I mean, we shouldn't look into one side, one kind of people only in the corporate workforce. So that is why there is a department, there's a function called D&I. And Ankita, can you please mute Ankita? Yeah, thank you. So D&I, which is a diversity, equity, and inclusion. This is another function. And another area which is there is organization design. And other than organization design, there is a function which is also called the operation, people operations. So any operations which we have to do, that is also a part of the core functions of HR. So we also have a payroll payroll policies, compliance. This all comes as part of HR functions. And HR is similar, like in defense. Our defense folks, generally they are the conscious keepers, right? Same way HR is a conscious keeper of the organization. So they are the driver for the talent, for the culture, and for the performance. So you can become the change agent. So like our defense veterans are the change agent into the to secure our country, to really bring the patriotism is in the the normal civilian by their deeds. Because whenever there is a any issue happens, right, whether it is earthquake or anything, I think they are there. Same way HR is there whenever there is a crisis happens. So there are a lot of similarities are there. Why this is a very, very relatable field, and we will discuss in the further the topics and the session, that why we are talking about HR in today's session. And I'm sure you will be able to have some key takeaways with that. So what are the competencies which are very common in the veterans, the defense veterans, be it from army, navy, from the officer rank, non-officer rank? But this is something which is very common, which is a common DNA, a common value system of a veteran, we call it. So military competency, that is nothing but you can work, there's a leadership skills you have under the pressure, mission focus, discipline, training, and ethics, right? And as a corporate HR, this is what we do. We do the crisis management, change leadership, strategic alignment basis the business goals. We focus on the culture building, which is nothing similar to having a team discipline, team engagement, right? Training troops is nothing but a L&D function, and ethics and code is nothing but a governance and the compliance. So similar way, as a commanding officer is already doing an HR work, so there's a lot of similarity is there when you are playing a one or the other role in the defense, and one of the function will closely match into the HR core function, and you can make up your career in that area. So I think when we talk about something, how this transition as a veteran I can do. Now I have just passed out from my complete course. 15 years I have spent, or I have spent 10 years or 12 years. How I can make this transition, how I can keep myself ready for it. So as Harini is also saying that there's a big transition which is going to happen. So how we can do that? So one is there's the tools. So tools you may be familiar or may not be familiar, like Excel, HRMS, feedback loop. There are a lot of tools which can be easily learned by, I think all of you are technical guys, so it can be easily learned by you. And what you will be familiar with is about the leadership, because you deal with people day in, day out. So I think people leadership, ethics, discipline, structure, resilience, it's already there. And that is what is the basic fundamental skill which is required in a HR. And what you can learn. So these are the things which you already have, and there are some things which you need to learn. So I think I would like to start with a mindset. So when you are in defense, the basic expectation is a followership model. There's a command, right? You need to adhere to that command and pass the baton on of that command to the lowest level, right? In HR, when you come, or in any corporate role when you come, there is a shift of mindset which is required. And what is that mindset? The mindset is of about a growth mindset. It means you can voice out your opinion very, very independently, logically. You need not to only follow the order. So there is a very, very different mindset which is required when you are in the corporate, a civilian corporate, than the defense. So one is you need to build in the growth mindset. Second thing is you need to have your influence circle. You will, because you in defense you get a rank, and that's why your scope and your influence circle is already defined, and people adhere to it and respect as per that ladder, as per that ranking system. But in corporate there is no rank. There is a position, you are doing your duty, you're responsible for the people for that, and you need to earn that credibility and that respect. So that is another basic mindset difference, that don't expect that it will be given and granted. You need to earn it, you need to build it. So the relationship plays a very, very important role when you come into the corporate field, and especially from the HR, the basics, as I told, that there are 5-6 competencies which are required, If it is inbuilt in you, I think you need not to do. You're a natural HR, human resource person, right? Then basis your strength, you can choose. But I think other than that, very, very important is when you're in defense, you learn about what is required, the defense knowledge, right? About the territories, about the arms, how to use it, depending upon whether you're in Air Force, Army, or Navy. Same way, when you are in HR, you need to, or any roles, whether you're in project management, whether you are in any, you need to understand the business acumen, how the money comes, how the money goes, right? So revenue, very much you need to understand the complete business from where the revenue is coming, and then only you can be effective HR. The second important thing is the analytics. So you need to be very familiar with the tools, and you need to work on, okay, what kind of data. I think in defense also we take care of a lot of data points are there, right? So same way, what are the data points for an organization is important, which you need to manage based on the function which you will be owning or which you will be part of. So very, very important, understanding of data and understanding of HR analytics is important. Then the corporate etiquettes and corporate values, that how you will imbibe that, how you will pass it on. So you need to be a natural coach and natural mentor for the people and the team members or the employees what you have. So I think these are the some of the natural skills which you may have or you may need to learn. Okay. Now coming to very, very important, another thing is that how you build your skills by HR certifications, which Sonam can cover if the time permits. So there is a gold standard SHRM certification is there, CIPD is there. There are a lot of certification. I think some of you can, or I am also offered some certification, but I think the gold standard, which I would recommend is if you're not an MBA and all, and you want to take an HR career, you take it SHRM. So it's a short certification. You can learn, pass the exam, and then you are qualified HR. Okay, mentorship networks are there like Wiki, Lean In for the women folks, and there are other forums also. LinkedIn HR forums are there, and you can also do a lot of internship. We will also share in the upcoming topics that whom all you can approach to really build your career in HR or any of the function in the corporate. So with that, how you can make a leap? So translate into, there's a checklist which Sonam has prepared that translate your military roles into HR competencies. Use STAR format. I think everyone understand situation, task, action, and R for result, right? So STAR format is one of the format where you map it out that in what situation, what task, what action you will take to get that result. Okay, so it is very, very powerful format where you can map your HR competencies, which you have, and what role you feel. There are so many core functions, core domains are there. Which one you feel is resonating, which is calling. Some people are natural trainers, right? If you are a trainer in defense, you can become easily trainer in HR also, right? If you're an ops person in defense, you can easily become an ops person in HR. So these are natural competencies which you have. Okay, so learn business and HR lingo, which is very important. Okay, and build a narrative. Why HR? Why me? Keep questioning, and I think you will surely flourish. And start and with the few of the roles like HRBP. HRBP is a HR business partner, which is nothing but a business acumen, compliance, recruitment roles. So I think with that, you can make a leap into this career. And so I think there are some proud moments. We can say your uniform may change, but your mission to lead, serve, and transform remains the same. So this is how the powerful the careers in HR are. Okay, so with that, I think the next thing is there are some real stories which we wanted to share. Already we have among us, one of our defense veteran who is into HR. But before that, there are some also so Economic Times, HR Times, they have done interviews of some of the defense veterans who have taken a major positions into the HR field. So obviously the major retired Vandana Sharma, she served in Indian Army for a decade, transitioned into the senior roles in MNCs and startups, and then she became an entrepreneur. So she had a very, very, transformative journey. And I think something which is very constant and very, very powerful DNA, whether defense, my father was an Air Force. So already we are inbuilt is the agility. So agility comes in you can transition, ambiguity you can work in, you can resilience. So I think these are the common skills which today's workforce need, and you already have it. The only thing is there's some bridges are there which we need to pass. That is a business acumen, understanding of corporate lingo, understanding of some of the tools, I think, and then you are there. Okay. Another one is the obviously Lieutenant Commander Ayushi Verma, and they were, I think she was in Indian Navy and then worked on commissioning INS Vikrant, and now worked into enrolled at IIM Ahmedabad. Like many of you have already enrolled into IIM Bangalore, like that they have a program, and then they take up their career. So there are many programs which we run, which we'll share in upcoming things, that whether Amazon, IBM, JP Morgan, Deloitte, all have a programs for veterans where they give a internship or they give you directly the job, or there's some positions they keep it open for the veterans. Okay, so I think these are some of the good case stories. And with that, Sonam, we have a story from Suchindra, if Suchindra is available. Sonam, you are on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Pratima? Yeah, okay. So she'll be available at 4:45. She's
Okay,
traveling actually.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, fine,
Yeah.
fine.
So
So
over to Harini.
I think meanwhile, when we are talking about this, if there are any queries, all of you can please post your questions, your queries into the chat. Harini and all three of us can take up that. If we have the answers, we can give you the immediate answer. If we don't have, we'll get back to you. And please don't record any material. We will share all the resources to you
Yeah.
post this session. So you will have everything with you. So you can focus on, if you are having some queries in mind, that how to build the career in HR, you can put your queries which you want to know in this session. So we are available. Harini, over to you.
Thank you,
What is the
Sonam.
next? Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. I think whatever you took us through, it very clearly says why HR can be a powerful post-service career option for women veterans. And also that HR isn't just a fallback, it's a frontline function. And like you very nicely explained, that veterans already do what HR needs. They lead, they mentor, they engage and adapt. And I'm sure folks in this group are excited to pick up HR as a career. Now, joining you, Pratima, today we have Sonam, and I want to take a moment to introduce Sonam. Sonam is the council member of Wiki Karnataka Defence Forces Council and the People Advisory and Transformation Expert. He has about 14 plus years of experience in leadership development and HR strategy across APAC, EMEA, and India. She's led large-scale people programs, driven DEI transformation, and advocates for talent empowerment with a purpose-led mindset. She's here with us today, not only as a corporate voice, but also as a strong advocate for veteran inclusion. Welcome, Sonam.
Thank you, Harini. That was actually what I heard about Pratima. I think it's very correlatable because what we're talking today is of immense importance. And uh, honestly, if I begin with a little bit of context setting about this forum and this platform, uh, it is not very different from what we do, in corporate. Specifically, if I talk about the Big Fours, when I coach leaders at EY, honestly, one consistent pattern I see is that successful transition, it's just not about skill sets. So don't get scared about what you're going to see on the upcoming slides on your screens. Just try and absorb the why we are here and what we are trying to do here and how we can do it. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the how part, and very beautifully Pratima has already covered about the why and the what. And these transitions, trust me, is just 1% skill. It's 99% attitude. They're just about repositioning, your existing strengths in a new language. Just take it like that. And women veterans, they come with some of the most transferable strengths. And I say transferable strengths, I've seen them, I have met a few of the ladies from this forum itself, and they have amazing operational clarity. They have strategic execution. They have discipline. They have people leadership. They hold in them. Okay, so the real shift is not about fitting in. It's about owning your military story as a business asset And whether it's, you might have been doing what Pratima, already spoke about, policy enforcement or compliance coaching, or it could be HR analytics, and the hit list is huge. So I would say the key is to move from explaining people, what I did and, why I'm transitioning and all of that to, start, telling them that what I can deliver. If you have that clarity in your mind, trust me, this will help you unlock a lot more doors what you're thinking right now. Now, in 2025, where we sit today, the HR sector is growing. Earlier, people used to say we just make, drawings and rangolis, but today it's not the same. It's the global demanding sector which requires strategy, which requires we shape organizations. So this requires discipline. This requires clarity. This requires execution. So your veteran background is a leadership asset. Now, we will in this next couple of 2, 3 slides, we're going to decode that how you can land right and with a plan, with a roadmap. It's not like a random thing which you're going to talk about here, and we will help you not to land incorporate in a random manner. What you see here, and I want to re-emphasize on the fact that you are the people, the candidates they need, and trust me, they do, because this is how you can believe in yourself and you can get started. So on your screen now, a couple of slide talking I'll do, come from corporate background, so excuse me for showing you slides, but yes, this will make a lot of sense, because if you see on your left hand side, the top left, there are 3 steps, very simple, 1, 2, 3. Okay, first you need to know about your background. Okay, whether I was part of Air Force or whether I was part of military, you just need to know your background. This background clarity, whether you were a defense officer, whether you were a NCO with 10, 20 years of leadership experience, you were into logistics of, XYZ. So just know it, know your background. Secondly, just know your aspiration. So if you know your aspiration that, okay, I want to do something meaningful post-service career. I want to do something, which is stable, which stabilizes my career, or I'm looking for security. So know your aspiration. Once you know these 2 things, decode the entire corporate, I would say, the plan, the landing plan. Now it starts with your research. Okay, it starts with your what kind of job do I need, etc. And then it eventually, leads to resume building. So translate that resume. I will also show you that on what all categories you can build your resume and how you can do that. Okay, and very importantly, start applying early. Okay, because if you're not an early applicant, you're lost somewhere in the in this entire run. So also once you have your research done, you know where you're applying, for which role you're applying. It should fit your experience, and then start upskilling smartly. Start using tools that map to your business needs. Do not start upskilling, into every single domain. I would suggest that, pick up 2 to 3 listed domains, and then you start upskilling in that, and eventually see if that one skill can actually target all the, 3 to 4 domains. So in that way, what you see on the top, right hand side. So first is research, create your persona, eventually, have a plan in place, then translate that plan into an activity. Now, activity is what? Activity is going to be upskilling yourself. What you see on the top right is basically you will learn the language of HR, which we already covered earlier. Okay, you'll get familiar with a few of the tools like maybe Workday. If you learn Workday, you can target HR operations, project management, program management, and a huge lot more. So have one skill in place and then diversify your application, right? Or SHRM. SHRM is a huge, gold standard platform. If you do your SHRM SCP or CEB certification, give your standing in the market. Power BI, data analytics, HR analytics is the growing field. We're in the, in the era of digitization, and we cannot complain, but this is the future. So, Power BI, Excel, analytics can really help. So map one skill to one platform, practice this for 30 days. This keeps your learning focused. It will not be scattered everywhere. What you see bottom down, as we used to have your operations in military, this is like your 90-day transition plan. Okay. So, think in phases. Now, when I say think in phases, in the first phase, just build your presence. Now, where can you build your presence? You can build your presence on LinkedIn, Okay, you can build your credibility. Okay, and then that is now when you have landed, now you start converting. Okay, now you need 1 hour per day. It's not very difficult. Okay, with family, with existing, priorities in list. If you're looking for a job, just take out that 1 hour per day, strategically position it. Okay, your foundational basis will be your resume, your LinkedIn, and your pitch. These 3 things, if you conquer, trust me, your courses and your mock works are going to be an add-on. And what you will start seeing is conversions. Your conversions into multiple referrals, interviews will start getting set up. Once your interviews start getting set up, LinkedIn also has this functionality. You can do mock interviews. They give you interview questions. We have Chat GPT these days that can also help you, build your interview. Also, the WICCI mentorship groups. We are a platform where we are there for each other. So definitely, through these platforms, we'll give you the links for the HR Connect, we'll give you the links for the mentorship groups and all of that. So there where we can connect and we can help you with the interview questions and how to frame your personas, etc. Now, talking about a little bit, mapping your entry point, how to start landing, how to start creating your persona. So this slide is basically, you can take a snip of this. This slide will give you a little bit of exact clarity where we stand as on 2025 data. These are facts. So these are some of the HR functions. Pick your HR functions, decide your entry role, see what is your strength, where it maps, where it fits. Then you have a growth path. Now, let's say if you were into chefs, you were into a coordinator or okay. Let's say military, if you have done a documentation work or some sort of consultant kind of a role, in military services. I would suggest, like, I'll pick up shared services for you, and I will guide you how to create your growth path towards operational lead or operational head. And you can see that the salaries, what people are withdrawing today is going up to 42 lakhs. Similarly, here, you can start picking, one that resonates with your command style. You can build from there. You can tailor your resume basis these HR functions. Don't have only one resume. Have at least 3 to 4 resumes from these many listed HR functions. We have matched your HR functions with your inherent strength because you invite them. You already operate with clarity, structure, and leadership. So focus on the entry roles. If you are already 20 years plus experience, as you can see, the facts are growing, so can you, what we have mentioned at the bottom. 20 years and above officers, they're basically withdrawing between 44 to 60 lakhs. This is the latest data as on last month, which is already happening with the fellow veterans. So eventually, this entire slide will give you the focus on entry roles, and eventually we will map this to a matrix, which will give you a growth path. This is a salary lens, which will give you a deciding factor that where you need to land. And trust me, guys, these are data backed, information. So these are facts and figures.
So Sonam, I would just like to add on to it. I mean,
Yeah.
these numbers which you're seeing the salary range, it's not exactly the same. It depends upon
Yeah.
whether it's a product company, whether it's a service company, whether it's a consulting company, what kind of organization is. So anywhere you can consider another 30 to 40% increase in the existing range, which is on the max side. So basis your competencies, basis your experience, and as Sonam told, basis your role, whether you are joining as AVP or you're joining as GM, AGM, director. If you're a very, very senior person, your
Yeah.
compensation will be accordingly very, very different. So thanks, Sonam. I think this is just a reference point, but not the actual
Thank you,
data.
Pratima, for adding. Actually, that is so important because you need to know that whether you're going into which industry. Understanding of the industry and sector is very important when you're applying for these roles. And we can have a separate series too. This is series 1 on capability building. Probably we'll have series 2 also, which is going to talk a little deeper. Now moving to this is my favorite slide. I want to really emphasize on this because I come from a L&D background and capability building and all of that. So you really don't need to walk alone in this, and that is why this is my favorite slide. These fellowships and initiatives, they will fast track your readiness. They will ensure that you're ready when you face the interviews, when you go for that job. Even after clearing interviews, you're confident. Okay. Now here, these are real examples. What all of these companies are doing, whether it's Goldman Sachs, whether it's Deloitte, whether it's Amazon, JP Morgan, Flipkart. These are some of the big names in the market. And they are offering, these are the key offerings they already have. You can have a snip of this for your reference. Anyways, going to share these slides with you. They are offering mentorship, project immersion, hiring support. If I give you, I won't talk about all of them, but I will definitely take up questions if you have. But let me talk about, one recent one, which is from Wells Fargo. This is a veteran experience talent, which we call VT. It's a 6 to 8 week program. Specifically, it's DEI supported. That's the best part about this program. What it offers is coaching. It teaches you about mentorship. Once you learn about mentorship, it also gives you a little bit understanding about how to conduct those mentorship programs and frameworks, in a corporate world. Because it's DE backed, it also gives you a placement in, hiring, in talent acquisition, because it gives you an understanding of and benchmarking understanding about DEI. Then you can always reach out to Harini. She's director DEI with 24/7, and I think you already have her on LinkedIn, and you can directly reach out to her. Also, this is a very India-specific version, which we call VTMN. Now, VTMN is Veterans Team Member Network. This is very important because this is Wells Fargo's India's dedicated platform, which was launched in 2019. This is to support and onboard and grow ex-defense personnel into meaningful roles across, various HR operations, that is risk management or it's operations management or technology. So it supports, in every domain. So you can pick and choose your, your go-to course, and you can actually start growing your career. As I said, no, streamline it. Don't make it scattered. Have a plan. Don't do it randomly. If you do it in a structured way, trust me, you will land in a high-paying job and a very good one, a secure one. Again, what's your motive? Is it salary? Is it security, is it standard, whatever you're looking for? So plan accordingly. You can pick up the plan. Some of these are free, some of these are paid, but not that very highly paid that that we cannot go for these programs. You can combine them with mentorship, etc. Like JP Morgan is another example I can give you. So this MOU, what you see on the screen with INPH, refers to the memorandum of understanding between JP Morgan India and the Indian Navy Placement Agency. So all the Navy veterans can actually go for this one. This is a formal agreement that allows the Indian Navy to directly recommend qualified veterans to JP Morgan. Isn't that amazing? That's corporate hiring channel in India, an official corporate channel hiring channel in India. And it provides you, a trusted and efficient bridge for transitioning. I think, this, not only that, Amazon is another favorite one. They have their own military pathway programs designed specifically for veterans. So the platforms are there, this is, and specifically Amazon offers it for leadership roles, just FYI, leadership roles. And these are some of the companies, where you can start building, which have already hired veterans. So you can have a list of these companies, you can take a screenshot, keep it with you, can start applying when you're creating your personas, your roadmaps, start tagging to these companies, start following them on LinkedIn. That's another pro tip. Okay, so that when the openings and are coming up. What you see here is a triangle of career transition, because you need to know where you fit. You need to know, who you are, and what you need to learn. So if you know these three things, trust me, everything will start falling in place. And in series 2, we're gonna go a little deeper with a little bit of toolkits and simulation exercise. Thank you so much, and I'm gonna hand over to Harini back and open to questions.
Thank you, Sonam. Do we have the speaker today? Has she joined in?
Let me just check with Suchitra because she's traveling. I'll just quickly ping her. It was 4:45. I think I closed my session a little early.
I think meanwhile, can you just
Yeah.
share the slides? I think meanwhile Suchindra joins. I think she's already there. She has to just come and unmute. She's a part of this workshop already.
So I'm gonna pull up my screen now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sonam. That was really amazing. It was detailed, and there are a lot of pro tips for all the veterans to go out and start their careers in HR. It was super helpful. I think the resources shared are so practical, and like you rightly said, coming from a D&I and HR background, I can really see that there are so many organizations having not only returnship programs but also programs for veterans. So I'm glad that we are having these conversations. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, so meanwhile, Suchindra joins.
Yeah.
I think I would like to introduce.
5 more minutes.
Yeah, I would like to introduce Mr. Joshil. I think he was from defense services, and if you go to his LinkedIn ID, he is heading as a CEO of ISC design team. So he wanted to join, but because he has some other engagement today, he couldn't join. But yes, we can obviously, we will share these links with you. You can reach to him. He was responsible for IMB Veterans Program last year. And I think he's a great resource to know what is running, what is happening, a great guide, mentor, coach for all of you, those who are looking forward for different careers in the corporate. So after that, I think if Suchindra is there, Suchindra, you can join and you can share your experiences with all our participants. It's okay if you cannot be on video because you are in the car. We do understand.
Hi everyone. I am available. I was listening to entire session, and it is. I really want to thank all of you to take out time and to help the veterans uh, finding the way to join the corporate. So I'm really thankful to all of you to putting the efforts in doing this thing, and I'm really honored to be the part of the Wiki group. So I'll just share my story. It's not a big story, but yes, I have faced all those problems which we are sharing and we are trying to resolve today in this session. But it's as Pratima and Sona mentioned that it is not that difficult. It is just that we have to figure out how to translate our inherent qualities which we have earned in being defense forces to the requirement which the corporate world requires. So it is not that we are not capable of, it is just that we need to know that how to translate those. And I think you people are helping us in doing so. So it is after a lot of sessions, attending sessions which you people are doing. I have also attended so many sessions, and with the mentorship of people like you in corporate, and obviously we have been in touch since the meet which we had in the during our IM course. So with all those things, I could actually find the way to translate transition into the corporate world in the HR field. So today I am in the JSW Steel Limited company, and I'm the HRBP, senior HRBP in that company. So it is not that difficult to translate our the inherent qualities which we have earned during being in the defense forces. It is just we need some mentorship, and I think the team which is there in Wiki, they all are available to us, and I'll request all the participants to spread this word to others also who are not there today. And if they require any help, they can always approach all the members of the Wiki, especially the people who are already there in the corporate, and to me also if required. Um, I'm thankful to all of you to give me the opportunity to introduce myself and share my story with all of the participants here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Suchindra, for taking time. I think she really was traveling, from one place to another, and she was in the car. So just for this session, she stopped and she's sharing her. So I think she's really some of these awesome success stories. We have the transition stories where they have transitioned successfully their career in a very short span of time from defense to non-defense corporate HR roles. And I think we will be sharing a lot of other details with you in the upcoming time. This is just a first session, first starter session. If we get more queries, more questions, then we will be trying to address this in session 2. We'll get more such cases, more such leaders, those who have been transitioned their journey to HR. And yes, whom to contact, which email ID you need to send to, for which program to register, that you will be getting at the end, post this session as one of the key takeaways for investing this time here. Okay, so we will.
So Pratima, actually, I've received a few questions
Okay.
there are a few questions. I think I've received 5 questions from the 12 participants what we have on another link. First question is, how do I decide which HR role is right for me?
Exactly. So as we told a star method, you follow your star method, put your competencies, put your behaviors and your interest area where you feel your competencies can match. Now, whatever we have shared with you is a very at a little higher level. You will be getting all those materials. You go to the body of knowledge of HR. So each core domain area has the XYZ skills and the XYZ competencies. Map where your strengths resonates more. That is the area in HR. If you are already hiring in the defense, it means a hiring in HR you can take, right? If you are already in ops, you can take a more important role is ops. If you are in a cyber security, you can take a function in the cyber security area. So I think just relate your skill, what you were doing, and then find out, okay, in corporate, this is how function. There's a business, there's a process role, there's a QA role, there's a testing role, there is a development role. So you can think about where you are resonating, where your current skills will complement that new role. So that is one of the benchmark which you can take. But first follow the star methods, because it's very important that your soft skills and your hard skills both play a important role in deciding what career you want to take. And obviously, since you will be if you have a more experience in defense, like for example, if you're 15 years in one area, you know your depth is in this and this resonates more. Many of the people, they also join the fire department, like drilling department, become trainers, so many of them comes from a different cadres. So you can decide what cadre you are in, what is your strengths, what are your skills, what are your competencies, what are the things which you need to learn, how less time you will take, who can be your mentor, whom you can approach, what kind of program which organizations are providing. If you're sitting in Nagpur or you're sitting in Pune, which all the programs you can apply. So we will give you the resources. We have designed some resources that how you will be how even we can give you the templates and the drafts, how you can create your LinkedIn profile. Okay, how you can take LinkedIn certification and build these competencies. So then LinkedIn, there are a lot of free certifications out there. You can build and learn that skill. Okay, how to strike a communication with a newcomer in HR, right? Or in the company. So there are a lot of programs out there. You can go through that. Plus, we will also give you how you can build your resume, a template, basic template. All those resources, you will get it after this session. And if you all need a separate session, we can also take a separate session too, and we can invite other HR veterans who came from defense backgrounds with you if it is required.
Can I add something here? Because I may not be a veteran, but I am somebody who's really transitioned my career. And when I was choosing the right career for myself, I come from a technical background. I was a manual tester at Accenture. Then I moved to captive consulting in Infosys. Then I did business development with QI groups. And eventually, I was a technical person where when I started doing HR, of course, it started with Huawei and with Pratima. Uh, Trust me, HR was broad, and I didn't know whether I have to choose between HR VP or L&D or HR because everything looked the same from outside. And that challenge is a real challenge, okay? And to streamline through that or guide through that challenge, trust me, there is series 2 which is going to come up, and that will help you with simulations and workshops that exactly what can be the right fit. And second step to this, the challenge is just not, it doesn't end here. This will only take you to build a resume. The real challenge is when you have to convince the recruiters that I'm job ready. So that challenge is we're gonna cover in our upcoming series as well. Just wanted to add that there's a solution to everything and that people have lived this journey. So there are real-time stories. Sorry, I took that time. I'm not a veteran, but this is possible even for non-veterans too.
We are supporting, so we are
Yeah.
So I think one more thing. I think there is a question in the the window is there. So
Yeah, there's a question.
if you are associated with any veterans defense or from defense, and you are looking, if you are the wife of any defense person, and if you are looking to choose a career, you can obviously contact Vicky, and you can reach any one of us, and we can guide you whatever the opportunities are there, and we can share the details with you, where is your strength lies, and whichever the open positions, we can try to push you across that.
There's one more question, Pratima, for you. What is the biggest mistake veterans make while applying to HR roles? I mean, they should, is it the resume writing or the interviews or networking? What is the biggest mistake they want to know?
Sorry?
They want to know what is the biggest mistake that veterans make while applying to HR roles.
Yeah, so I think one biggest mistake is if any role in corporate, if you don't change your mindset, then I think you will not be able to perform any role. So whenever I have met any veteran or I have seen that you think you expect things to be in order, right? Corporate world, the things may not be in order when you come. Like if the paint, if the colorings have been done in this color, this shade, it will be done there. If the things has to be positioned there, it will be positioned there. But when you come to the corporate world, things will not be in order. Okay, so don't expect everything to be in order, everyone will behave in the same way, everyone will behave well. It will not be. So I think the mindset change is the biggest change which you need to work on, that it is not defense and now I'm a civilian, I will be treated equally, I don't have any rank, I need not to listen. If I have a voice, I'm playing a role of an XYZ, I have my own voice. It's not like if my manager has told X or my senior has told, I have to just say yes sir, yes ma'am, yes boss. No, you actually, the in corporate world, they respect the people, those who have their own voice. They bring logic, they bring their impact, they bring their influence to the table. It's not like a falsification of the influence, but it is about, with your knowledge, you don't agree to this, you can comfortably tell you don't agree to it. Okay, so that is a basic shift which is required in the mindset, that having your own voice, this is what you think is right. And also, don't think the things will be in order, things will be in chaos, and you need to learn to be in chaos. You will not get respect or by default, you need to earn the respect. Okay, with your actions, with your relationship. So there's a work has to be done, and these are the, I think, top three things which you need to do. And where the people fail, when they assume that, okay, now for example, I have become an L&D lead, I have joined as an L&D lead, okay, everyone will listen to me. That will not be the case. You will be questioned, okay, how many learning hours your X group has done, what is the business revenue you were able to drive out of these learning programs. So you will be questioned on the impact of your role, and then you will get a respect from the leadership as well as from your team members. So there is a lot of mind work which you need to do on your KPIs, what works well and what will not work in that environment, in that business environment, and that is where you will earn the respect, and then it is easy movement.
Can I add something here? So,
Yeah.
everyone, Pratima is a coach. She's a mentor. Okay, I mean, personally, I can say because I have mentored through this entire HR journey because of her and with her. And today also is with her because just to add there, one thing which I learned during this transitioning and my mentorship journey with Pratima is when you're doing resumes. Pratima has rejected my like more than 10 resumes I've sent her. Pratima, is this okay? She said no. Har ke phek do dustbin mein types wali situation. So, avoid writing huge resumes and just to add there to what Pratima was saying, with the mindset, also be a little technical. In your interviews, have the star format which Pratima already covered. And but again, when it's the mindset, networking, guys, you need to know where to start and where to stop. That's very important. Just wanted to add that. Over to you,
Sonam, I
Pratima.
also would
Yeah.
like to add something on this as per
Yes, please.
my experience.
Yeah.
See, the question which is being asked is basically when we apply, what mistakes the veterans are likely to do when they're applying for the HR roles. So, as per my experience, what I have faced is that we have done everything which is there required in the corporate world for the HR field, but we don't know how to translate it. So, for
Mhm.
translating that, first of all, we need to understand the roles which are there in the corporate, and for that understanding, once that understanding is there, then only we can actually translate the work which we have done in the forces. Because I right now is in HR field, and when I have come here, then I have come to know that there are variety of roles which are there in the HR field.
True.
Earlier, as you also mentioned the same thing, that HR initially we thought it's same, all the roles are same. HR
Yeah.
means
True.
everyone is supposed to do one one person itself can do all the roles. But it is not
Yeah.
like that. There are so many roles in HR field itself. So we have done in the forces, as per my experience, I'm telling, being in the administration branch, I have done everything which is required in the HR field. But we don't have a specific HR field in the forces, but we have done the work.
Okay.
So we need to
Okay.
just resonate that thing to the requirement outside. For that, the understanding of the role is required. So I will request all the veterans who are interested to apply for the HR field to first understand the roles which are there in the corporate. Once they will understand, they will definitely be able to resonate their work, and accordingly they can curate their resume. And
Yeah.
in that thing, obviously, if they require some help, they can always reach up to us.
Of
People who are
course, we
there,
can have a, yeah,
yes,
we can do a workshop actually on role mapping, which can be
yes,
very helpful for the team. And thank you for bringing that up, Suchindra, because it's a real-time problem which most of
yeah,
us face. Yes.
yeah. So thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
you, Suchindra. In fact, I was just hello to all
Hi,
the
Anshul.
participants. Just to add to that, I was also looking for some opportunity like this to actually know what are the different roles in HR, how to carve a niche in one particular role, which we as veterans really want to know. And this is what even I had in my mind when it comes to understanding what a setup is there in the corporate, because we've been doing it in and out in the defense forces, handling events, and doing what Pratima had said, that you don't have to do the yes job every time. But yes, we would actually like to know the different roles in HR that we need to know. Probably when you end this session, just one line for each kind of role, if you can just explain, so that in our own capacity, in our own free time, we can just look it up before we have a full-fledged session next time, which I'm sure I'm really looking forward for. Thank you for organizing this session for all of us. It really made a difference to at least know what goes behind when you are deciding as to what you need to do before you step into this world.
Thank you, Anchal. Thanks a lot. First of all, I think this was a thought. Even Vandana was talking that we should have this session. And we were planning from some time, but I think if it adds value, it's great. You can always contact, and I think you can, as Sonam has told, there is a survey form is there. You can fill up and you can put the queries, what all you want to know. Just in a quick thing, since considering the time. For example, you told you are in an engagement, you are organizing the event. So in HR, there is something called a facilities manager profile also comes. Sometimes it is a part of human resource division. Sometimes it's a part of operations division. So you can be part of that. There is something called a experience manager is there, which works on all the events which an HR organizes, be it a business events, be it a non-business events. There's like all hands, like anniversary parties, like awards functions, annual days, or any meetups or techathon, hackathon, blah blah blah. So there are a lot of events. So there is a specific role in HR also, which is called the events manager, which is also a part of, you don't call there as events manager, you call them as experience manager or branding manager or an industry branding manager. So it comes under that profile. So it is possible, whatever you are doing, you match the closest role, and it is an easy transition. If you are in a non-tech roles, then it is easy transition. You can go into the HR. If you are into a tech roles, then you can transition into the project management, program management, cyber security leaders, and other. D&I is also one great areas. If you're a woman or if you are very passionate about the inclusivity and the diversity, then I think you can go into those roles also, which are very much in demand.
Yeah, and we'll keep sharing all these resources on the chat. I know we are up for time, but thank you so much, everyone, for joining.
Hello.
Yeah, Pushpala.
Hi. Hi, this is Pushpalata, me wife of Colonel Sudhakar. Actually, previously, ours is a late marriage. We are having 2 kids. I left the job in 2021. After that, I am having twin kids. To manage those twin kids, it was not possible for me to look back to the job. Now I am looking. It is already more than 4 years of gap. Because of that 4 years gap, no, my CV is not shortlisted for the interview also. So is it possible? Can I get any help from these you people, please?
Yeah, so you have a gap of 4 years, right, Pushpalata?
4 years, yes, 4 years,
It's not a
almost
bigger gap.
4
I think 4 years, many of the people they take. I think many of people,
7
some of
years.
us present here have taken like Sonam has taken 7 years gap. She was doing a business, so I think it is okay. It is the experience. There are a lot of corporate, programs are there where they welcome back the women from the breaks. So
Yeah,
I
I
think,
apply. Excuse me. Actually, I applied in Wipro. It was there, but it is only for the specific role. For me,
yeah,
I didn't get any from past 3 months or 4 months. I'm trying, but I didn't get any calls.
So,
yeah.
You only
Pushpalata,
because
what is your
yeah,
background? If I may
actually,
understand, what is the background?
business analyst. I did
Okay.
BE and started my career in Accenture, worked for
Okay.
Accenture, then Master Global, then Aptiv Automotive. After that,
Okay.
during Aptiv, I left the job.
So you could actually connect with me on LinkedIn and share your profile with me, because in my
Okay,
company as well, we have a segment for spouses of defense forces. So let me have a look at your
okay,
profile, and I'll see if I can help you.
okay. Can I get your LinkedIn ID? Uh,
Yeah, I'll put it on the chat. Yeah,
So
Yeah,
sure.
so
Pushpalata, I do resume writing services on LinkedIn, and that's absolutely pro bono. So we can connect on LinkedIn. I can help you with resume writing while you share it with Vandana.
okay. Can I get the recording of this session?
Of course.
Yeah, we
Okay,
will actually put it on the YouTube channel of Wiki. So you can actually go to YouTube and Google for Wiki Karnataka Defense Forces Council. We have a dedicated channel, so
okay.
we would be hosting it there. Yes.
Okay, in that your this one what is that? LinkedIn ID is available
LinkedIn
or
ID I have shared on the chat. Did you receive
okay?
it?
I'm checking. India specific veterinary program and no. One
Uh,
second.
it is
Pratima, you can see
but
it, right?
yeah,
Thanks, Suchindra Singh.
I think you have sent it to me in the not
Oh,
in
is it?
yeah. So I will
Okay.
go to that, no problem. So
Yeah.
I think with that, I think I would like to thank Harini for stitching all this together and giving this wonderful session for all of you. And thanks, Vanna, for joining from the busy time today. And Saturday is generally busy.
No, thanks to
And,
all of you.
and
I think it was
thanks
a
to
great
all.
session. Yeah.
And thanks to all of you for joining. And I think every material and the next session, if it is required, basis the queries and the questions, we can plan in the session too.
From the
Thank you.
veteran side, I would request, I will really uh, extend extend thank you to entire Wiki team, Wiki Karnataka Defense Forces team, especially to the president, vice president, and Sonam, Harini, all of you. I'm actually extending the thanks from the veteran side. So being the part, even I am the part of this group, still I feel I should be thanking you all, because you people are really doing a good job and helping us out in finding the way to the corporate world.
Yeah.
So
Thanks, Suchindra.
I,
And you yourself have
yeah.
been a force multiplier. I
Yeah.
think,
Ah,
with you, we have been able to
It is
penetrate
all
deep
because
into.
of your help.
Yeah.
Obviously, I could not have done that alone.
Yeah.
So that
Thank
is why
you.
I'm extending that thanks to all of you.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thank
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all. Have a
Thank you,
nice
Happy
everyone.
weekend.
weekend. Enjoy your
Have a
day.
nice weekend.
We,
Bye.
Bye.